What's up, guys? It's M-Star, and welcome back for our Week 1 battle in the IBL. Today, we are going to be doing a post-commentary of the battle that I have had for Week 1 against Elite Four walkthroughs and coach of the Washington Lake Spirits. So we are going to go ahead and watch that. In a second, I'll explain what I was doing the entire time. I really wish that I could do a live commentary, but I don't have a capture card, so I had to have someone record it, send it to me, and I'm doing a post-com for it. So I just want to get this out of the way real quick. I don't know what I wanted to get out of the way real quick. Whatever. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and watch the battle. I'm just going to play it right now, and I'm just going to try and do the best that I can to recreate what I was thinking during the turns. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. So, first, you'll see that he sends out Cortex's Uxie for his first Mon, so he sends that in, and I send out Mystic and my Meowstic. So what my plan was to use, like it says here, Magic Coat to deflect his Stealth Rocks, so that's what I'm doing here. And as you may be able to see, he uses Stealth Rock, and I get that first turn play with the Stealth Rocks, and that's basically where like, probably the best part of the game is like that one prediction, but anyways, yeah, so then I go for the Thunder Wave, trying to get him a bit slowed down just in case he wants to switch out or whatever, and then he ends up using Stealth Rocks. So now we have rocks on both sides of the field. So at this point, I'm thinking like what I can do, and I switched out, and I think I switched into Flygon. So I switched into Flygon, hoping I can get some good damage off with I think Bug Buzz. So I think he goes for the knockoff and knocks me down pretty decently. Yeah, he does. He knocks off my Soul Vest, so that kind of sucks. And then he switches out. So what can I do here? He sends out Apathy, which I think is his Quagsire, and I go for the Bug Buzz. If I'm not mistaken, I do go for the Bug Buzz. So I go for the Bug Buzz, trying to get some damage on that Uxie, but not end up working out that way. So it does lower his special defense though, so that's pretty nice. And then I think I switch out. I don't know why I switched out. Oh yeah, because he has Ice Punch. Or I was thinking about the Ice Punch or the Ice Beam, and he does end up going, I think, for the Ice Punch. Yep. Okay. So he goes for the Ice Punch on Mystic. He takes that pretty well, even though it was a critical hit. And then we get our leftovers boost. Now, I forgot what I was thinking. I think I'm going to go for a Psychic here. Or no, he just withdrew it straight up. Okay, that's fine. He just withdrew it, but then he goes into Sabre his Raikou. And this is where he takes the Psychic, I think. Right? Oh, he gets the pressure off as well. But this is where he takes the Psychic. So he gets that Psychic off, or I get that Psychic off. Doing almost half, it's like 40-ish% to the Raikou. So that's pretty good. And then I switch out. Again, this is weird. I haven't done a post-commentary before, so it's kind of hard to just like talk about it when I'm not actually playing, and it's just going on its own. But anyways, so yeah, so I send out Toadette, our Breloom, and he goes for the Shadow Ball. I think assuming the Mystic, or no, not assuming the Mystic, assuming the Chandelure or something. I remember him saying something about that. But yeah, so I think he assumed the Chandelure or something like that, and he switches out, opting to go for Valkyrie, which is his Scizor. So at this point, I'm thinking I can probably do some Spore Force Palm action and just take him out. But he did have this Valkyrie built to wall my Breloom, and it did work out decently well. But it really doesn't have enough defenses to be able to like completely wall him. So it ends up working out a little bit in my favor. The fact that you'll see here, Force Palm does I think about 30-ish%. So it does a decent amount. As you can see there, it does a decent amount. It will, I think, that was a low roll. I think it will get a higher roll later. And then I switch in with Atlas, trying to get the Flamethrower off, but obviously I think he assumed that. So he goes ahead and switches out, as you'll see right now. So, and then I think goes out into the Houndoom, predicting the Flamethrower. And then this is where I give him a free Flash Fire boost, as you may be able to see on the screen. And then at that point I was like, we're not messing around here. I need to start my game to be able to actually win this, make some good predictions. So at this point, I switch into Crush, thinking this is my best bet. He goes for the Dark Pulse, which does about half, I think, a little more than half. So it does a little bit more than half. He switches out. I go for the Waterfall, I'm pretty sure, on the Cradilly, which gets his Storm Drain boost. And now I'm thinking, well, I gave him 2 boosts from his abilities, you know, with the Storm Drain and the Flash Fire, so that kind of sucks. And he gets a special attack boost. So at this point, I'm just kind of thinking I can sack off Crush, hopefully get into something like Chandelure, I think is what I switch into, or no, Flygon is what I switch into, or no, Mystic. I switched into Mystic to get something off. Ideally here, I should have switched off into Beedrill or Chandelure, but sadly that was not the case. So then he goes into Apathy again, and I think he goes ahead and opts for the Scald. I go for the Thunder Wave, thinking that I can paralyze the Cradily. It doesn't work out that way. He ends up eating it up with his ground typing, and yeah. So then I switch out into Right, and he goes for the Scald. I think from what his perspective, he said he wished he would have gone for the Ice Punch, obviously, there, so he could just take out the Right immediately. But he did not get the burn with the Scald, so that was good for us in that regard. We did get an Earth Power off, but not before, I think he just took us out straight up with an Ice Punch. So, I think at that point, this is when we start to play a little bit worse, trying to, like, scramble to figure out what we can do. And, then we send in Atlas, and I'm hoping that I can get an Energy Ball off. But, what I don't know is that he has, like, I think a Rindo Berry, and that, I think halves special attack, or special super effective moves from Grass type. Super effective Grass type moves. So the Energy Ball would not have done much to the Quagsire. It might have killed him, don't really know for sure, but I had to switch out because I was scarfed on the Chandelure, and I couldn't just keep hitting the Houndoom with Shadow Balls. So I switched into Mystic, sacking it off because he does go for the Dark Pulse. And at this point, I've sacked off I think 3 Mons for certain purposes of trying to get the jump on him. And then I send in Pikachu, so I'm like, if you guys don't know, I wanted to name it Pikachu. Long story, I named it Pikachu. It's named Pikachu. Hey, phone, guess what? You can go ahead and head out over there. Thanks. Oh, I thought I hit the wall. Okay. So, we send out the Beedrill, he sends out the Valkyrie, and I don't know why I just cracked my knuckles there. I'm sorry for those of you that don't like people cracking their knuckles, but I did Mega Evolve on Pikachu to try and get the jump on the Houndoom, but it did not work out that way. And then I Protect, thinking he was going to go for a Flamethrower, and he did. So, and then I U-turn, hoping to get some decent damage off on the Valkyrie, and I got a decent amount, but it wasn't really that much in this case, because he only was about 10-20ish%. So then I switch out back into Atlas, trying to get that Flamethrower off, but then he wakes up and goes for the Roost, which is a big pain in this situation. I don't know why I didn't just go for the Flamethrower. Or no, because he went for the he went for the U-turn after I used the U-turn. Or he went for Bolt Punch after I used U-turn. And I think this is where I end up taking out his Sabre with my Flamethrower. Yes, so this is where I take out a Sabre with my Flamethrower. So right now we are, I think, 5 and no. It's how many Mons we have left, right? Yeah. Or no, how many? We're currently, I think, 3 and 5 right now. And then he ends up taking out Atlas. So now we're like 4 and no. We're now 2 and 5. Okay. So I think at this point I just have Pikachu and one other Mon. I'm not sure exactly what it is. But yeah, so this is where I'm starting to think, you know, there's not much I can do at this point, but I'm still gonna try and see what I can do. Maybe get another possible other thing or kill, and I try to get that Houndoom Fell Stinger play, but kill and get that boost, but it did not work out in my favor. And then I get Bullet Punched from the Scizor on Pikachu, which also kills him as well. And then at this point, I can only switch it to Toadette, so I switch it to Toadette. I get the Stealth Rock damage, and I try to go for my final burst of trying to win or get at least one more Mon to increase my or help my differential. And then I use Spore on him, which is allowed because you can only Spore or have one Mon asleep at a time. So I put the same Mon put the same Mon asleep twice. So he wakes up, uses Bullet Punch, and takes me out. And that is the end of the game. And looking back, I could have made so much better plays, but like Nappy always says, hindsight is 20/20. So I'm gonna really try to do a lot better next week against the Malushas, coached by Shellshock, I'm pretty sure. So if you guys did enjoy this video, the Week 1 battle for the IBL against Elite Four Walkthroughs, the coach of the Washington Lake Spirits, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.